নমস্কার, আপনারা দেখছেন চেতনা টিভি। আপনাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে আমি স্মৃতি। রাইস অনলাইন ক্লাসে আজ যে গুরুত্বপূর্ণ বিষয় আমরা পড়াশোনা করব, যে সাবজেক্ট রাইস অনলাইন ক্লাসে আপনাদের জন্য থাকছে ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটি, এবং রাইস এডুকেশনের টিচার ম্যাম সুতপা বেরা আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছেন। ম্যাম নমস্কার, স্বাগত অনলাইন ক্লাসে। ম্যাম, আজকে ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটি এর আগেও ক্লাস আমরা করেছি, আমাদের স্টুডেন্টসরা আপনার কাছে এর আগেও ক্লাস করেছে অনলাইনে, আজকেও করব। তবে ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটির কোন পার্টটা আজকে পড়াচ্ছেন আমাদের?
হ্যালো স্টুডেন্টস, আজকে আমার বিষয় হচ্ছে পার্টস অ্যান্ড শিডিউলস অফ দ্য ইন্ডিয়ান কনস্টিটিউশন, মানে চ্যাপ্টারসগুলো আজকে আমি ব্রিফিং করব ওদের সাথে।
আচ্ছা ম্যাম, তাহলে আমরা সরাসরি ক্লাসে চলে যাই। ওকে,
একদম। হ্যালো স্টুডেন্টস, আওয়ার টুডেস টপিক ইজ parts and schedules of Indian Constitution. First come to parts of the Indian Constitution, right? Just see, in the originally there were 22 parts, okay? 4 parts have been added by various constitutional amendment acts. These parts are 4A, 9A, 9B and 14A. 4A and 14A have been added by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. Part 9A has been added by 74th Amendment Act 1992, and Part 14A and Part 9B has been added by 97th Amendment Act 2012. And one part, that is part 7, has been repealed or deleted by 7th Amendment Act 1956. So just right now there are 25 parts over here, right? These are the chapters in brief. Let's see the chapters under this Indian Constitution. Okay. First come to part 1. Student, part 1 deals with the union and its total territories. Over here articles are, for this topic, articles 1 to 4. So article 1, 2, 3, 4 deal with this topic, union and its total territory. Article 1 states that India, that is Bharat, is a union of states. So official name of our country is not Bharatvarsha, not Hindustan, but India or Bharat, which is union of states, that is controlled by center basically. Student, India is officially a federal country, but in fact it's a quasi-federal country, that is center controls the states in every sphere, right? Now come to Article 2. Article 2 deals with establishment of new states, that is, for example, Sikkim. Article 3 deals with alteration of areas, boundaries or names of the existing states, such as Telangana was established altering the areas of Andhra under Article 3. Center can do this. The names or area of any existing state, it can be done by parliament by law without the state's consent. Just mind it. So I have said that India is a quasi-federal country. Over here, center is more powerful than the states. Clear? These are under part 1, the India and its total territory. Next come to part 2. Part 2 deals with the citizenship. Articles are, for this topic, articles 5 to 11. Over here, type is single. That means we all are Indians. We don't have to show any states right. And this topic, just it can be changed by, modified by, amended by parliament by law under article 11. So parliament has enacted an act, is a very famous act, the Citizenship Act in 1955. It has been changed various times. Last modified act is CARE, that is Citizenship Amendment Act 2016, was in debate very recently. Clear? Next come to part 3 is very, very important, students. Part 3 deals with the fundamental rights, articles 12 to 35. Now students, what are fundamental rights? Why these rights are called fundamental? Why these are special rights? Because these rights are basic needs of a person's total development, and these rights are justiciable rights. That means secured by court, right? Just right now we enjoy 6 fundamental rights. What are they? The 6 fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies, right? These 6 rights are justiciable rights. There were 7 rights. One right, that is right to property, has been deleted by 44th Constitutional Amendment Act in 1978 and is now a legal right under Article 300A. Students, these rights are justiciable, but these rights we can move to court for the violation. We can move to Supreme Court under Article 32 and to High Courts under Article 226 for the enforcement of fundamental rights. So these rights are justiciable rights. They are special rights. Clear? But these rights can be suspended by President during national emergency, except 2 rights under 2 articles, Articles 20 and 21. Again, these rights, they can be amended by, modified by Parliament by law, right? And the Parliament can impose on the rights reasonable restrictions. These are fundamental rights under Part 3, and these rights are justiciable rights. Clear? Next come to Part 4. Part 4 deals with DPSP, that is Directive Principles of State Policy, Articles 36 to 51. What are they? Are they rights like Part 3? Then what are they? Actually, in fact, these principles are instructions or directions of the Constitution to a state or government for the good governance, for the public's welfare. Right? There were as such 13 rights originally. 5 have been added. Right now there are 18 directive principles, and these principles are non-justiciable rights. Just mind it. State is not bound to just imply this. Let's see difference between Part 3 and Part 4. Part 3 deals with fundamental rights. These rights are justiciable rights. These rights are secured by court. State is bound to imply these rights because these rights are justiciable, secured by court. Now come to Part 4. Part 4 deals with DPSP, Directive Principles. These are our rights, but these rights are non-justiciable rights. These rights are not secured by court. State should imply the rights. State is not bound to imply the rights. Suppose right to work is under Part 4. Over here, right to work is non-justiciable rights. State is not bound to give us public service to all because it's under Part 4. Nature non-justiciable. Clear? So Part 3 justiciable rights, Part 4 non-justiciable rights. Okay? Next come to Part 4A. Part 4A deals with fundamental duties. Whose duties? Ours, citizens' duties. We have to do these duties. Right now we have 11 fundamental duties. Article is 151A. I had said previously, Part 4A with duties has been added by 42nd Amendment Act in the year 1976. So students, Part 3, Part 4 Part 4A is a block. Part 3, fundamental rights, justiciable rights for us citizens. Part 4, directive principles, non-justiciable rights, right? And Part 4A, fundamental duties. Okay? Now come to Part 5. Part 5 deals with union government or union. Articles 52 to 151. We can divide this Part 5 into 3 or 4 categories. 3 main categories. Basically, what are they? Union executive, then union legislature, and union judiciary. Topics under union executive are president, vice president, PM and Com, and Attorney General of India. They executes actually. These are under first category, that is union executive. Next come to union legislature. Deals with the parliament of 2 houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Laws are made by parliament at the central level, that is union legislature. Third is union judiciary. Topic is the Supreme Court, altogether under Part 5. Besides these 3, there is one more topic, that is CAG. CAG or CAG. CAG stands for Comptroller and Auditor General of India. He audits the accounts of the government every year. So these are under Part 5, union. Okay. Now come to Part 6, almost same. State government. Articles 152 to 237. Again, the 3 main categories, we can divide this Part 6. They are state executive, then state legislature, and state judiciary. State executive deals with the topics such as governor, then COM headed by CM, and Advocate General of State. Right? They are executives under state level. Next is state legislature. Topics are Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Over here, some of the states are bicameral, have 2 houses, Vidhan Sabha and Parishad, and some have 1 house, that is Vidhan Sabha, such as West Bengal, 1 house, that is Vidhan Sabha, such as Bihar, 2 houses, Vidhan Sabha and Parishad. Okay. Next come to state judiciary. Topics are High Court and the lower courts altogether under state judiciary. So, listen very carefully. Part 5, the union. Part 6, the states. If the question is the post of PM under which part? Answer is Part 5. Post of CM, Part 6. President, Part 5. Governor, Part 6. Supreme Court, Part 5. High Court, Part 6. That means very simple. Part 5 means union, 6 means the states, nothing more. Clear? Now you see Part 8, because Part 7 has been deleted, repealed by 7th Amendment Act in the year 1956. It is not existing. So come to Part 8 right now. Part 8 deals with union territories. Articles 239 to 242. What are they? What are union territories? Right now we know that India has 28 states and 8 UTs. Right? J&K is now UT. So UTs are centrally controlled territories. They don't have statehood. They don't have state government except 3 UTs. Right now Delhi, J&K and Puducherry have small state government and small Vidhan Sabha, and the rest don't have any state government. They all are centrally controlled territories. Okay. Next, now we will discuss about local self-government. Just mind it is very important for the public service examinations. Local self-government. We will discuss about 3 parts altogether under this. Part 9, Part 9A and Part 9B. First come to Part 9. Part 9 deals with the panchayats. Articles 243 to 243O. Right? It deals with rural local self-government. Panchayat was added by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. Okay. Now come to Part 9A, deals with the municipalities. Articles 243P to 243ZG. This is urban local self-government. Next is Part 9B. This is cooperative societies. Articles 243ZH to 243ZT. This is cooperative societies altogether. Part 9, panchayats, that is rural local self-government. Part 9A, the what? Municipalities, that is urban local self-government. And Part 9B, that is cooperative societies. Okay.
একদম ম্যাম, আমরা নেক্সট পার্টে থাকবো, একটা ছোট ব্রেক নেওয়ার সময় হয়ে গেছে।
Sure.
একটা ছোট্ট ব্রেকের পর ফিরে আসছি আমরা। এই ক্লাসে থাকবো রাইস অনলাইন ক্লাস আপনাদের জন্য। আজকে আমরা ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটি ক্লাসে রয়েছি, ম্যাম পড়াচ্ছেন। ম্যাম থাকবেন একটা ছোট্ট ব্রেকের পর, সঙ্গে থাকুন আপনারা।